are, episode number 5, Come As You Are podcast. Hashtag Takaya, hashtag Yo Mama, hashtag what else? Brown paper bag, what else?
Oh my god. I don't know.
Hashtag As You Are.
Ooh, yes. Hashtag Stay Woke.
Yeah. Hashtag winning, hashtag or not.
Hashtag get off mentally.
Hashtag we should stop saying hashtag.
All
Yes,
right, now
let's
I'd
move
agree.
forward from that. Okay, so I'm your main man, Irv Easy, and I'm here with Kylie
What's up?
and Ty.
Hey.
And again, this is episode 5 of the Come As You Are podcast.
Yeah.
So, we meet up day, night, whenever. Sometimes we meet up at night and we totally don't do 20-something-year-old stuff. We're not always around
That's
each
true.
other holding hands or anything, but
What?
we hang out frequently enough to where you would imagine that we hit one of these clubs or do something, anything, but we kind of might go be like middle-aged white people and play basketball or
that was
tennis.
fun.
Or,
That's fun.
That
watch Lifetime, and I kind of don't have a choice because I'm like the one guy.
Who watches Lifetime?
Don't front. Anyway,
I definitely don't watch Lifetime.
Anyway, I miss being just that much younger, like a smidget, like 22,
Me too.
21, 22-ish. And then thinking about going to the club, and clubs were popping and opening, and UW, and I was like around the age of like the new college kids still, and just kind of doing crazy shit. And I only went to the club one time.
In your whole life?
Whole entire life. One time. I didn't want to go either. And then when I went, and I was like, I should never have gone. I should have kept it as a smooth.
You don't.
I should have busted it closed for the club. Like, I should have never ever gone to the club. It was crazy. There was some chick that was like, hi, my name is, and I don't remember what her name was, but she's having, I said, okay. She said, what's your name? And I was just like, okay, and I walked away.
Oh, wow.
Like, she was kind of cute, but I just don't like girls making moves on me like that. Like, not because it's like a manly thing, but it just seems like a little desperate. Like, I don't know you.
Huh,
I think that's why I can't do the club. I think that's why I can't do the club, because it seems like too much of I'm just trying to be down with whatever, and I'm not really with the music. I'm not really with the lingo.
The dancing, do you dance?
Nah, not like that. Because that's not, I don't really feel like it's dancing. I just feel like you're rubbing your ass on somebody, you're rubbing your dick on somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's dancing. I'm old like that, I guess. I can't do the club. I can't. Like, can you just not? And so she just like, she said, hi, I'm whatever. And then she immediately tried to back up on me. And I was like, whoa, like, that's how this works? I don't know how this works. And I remember, like, at the time, I had lost my job. They laid me off. And my mom, she gave me some money from my phone. And I used it to buy some shoes so I could go to the club.
Oh, my God.
Damn,
that's right.
And then she's like, I just tried to call you. I said, yeah.
About that.
You like these shoes, Mom?
You had to live that trifling nigga life just to go to the club
That's
that night.
life.
She was mad. She was mad,
but
she gave me money for my phone to be on, and because like I said, being 22ish or 20, I was really out there in the streets though. I wasn't at the club, but I was out there. So she always be like, "Nigga, I need to get a hold of you, or you need to be able to get a hold of whoever you like to get a hold of, because I know your ass don't be coming home all the time, and you all these girls running around." And I'm just like, look, thank you, thank you for allowing me to sometimes rest my head here, and also trick off tonight. So I disappeared. I remember I had like a nice little like Adidas polo with like some Adidas shoes. I was just fresh and new. Nice pair of jeans, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get up in this motherfucker. And I went there. And then like I remember like everybody was telling us, yeah, it costs like I think like 10 to get in. We got to the door, they're like 20.
See, that's that bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, man, this
even for ladies, I mean, it's free before whenever, but
Hella early.
hella early.
You got to be there to set the tone though, because you're bringing in the dudes, which is gonna buy the alcohol, which is gonna buy the shit for the ladies. So but it sucks to have to be there. I would have to imagine, if shit don't start popping off till like 11:30, 12, and you got to be there before 10 or before 11 or whatever it is. I don't know, but whatever it is, I could imagine you just thinking maybe not, or maybe I'll just pay.
See, I want the clubs to stay open longer though. I feel like 2 Ain't long enough. 3.
Yeah, it's so much so based on the fact that you can't buy alcohol anymore.
Ain't that a huge?
So I am not the club type either. Like, that's not my scene, not at all. So I went a few times. I went more than once. I think I went maybe like 3 times.
Don't you dare sit here and lie to me. In the world.
About how many times I went to the club?
And yes.
In your life?
Maybe I went 2 times.
No, it was more. Why would you go lower?
Oh, I thought you meant I was exaggerating my truth. Like,
you are exaggerating your truth, but you're exaggerating it on the low end.
That's not true. I only been to the club like 3 times.
What do you consider the club? Because you went to the club.
I went to the same club 3 times.
But you went to another. You went to a couple different ones.
Okay, he's telling me my history, y'all.
You be forgetful anyway.
Okay. Anyways, but the last time I went to the club,
we got mutual friends. Like, yeah, you were at the club with them. I know you was there.
It ended early because somebody started fighting in the club and they pepper sprayed the whole thing. They couldn't nobody breathe. Everybody had to run out the club.
Oh, hell no.
Yes. And then it ended with like this girl trying to fight. It was a mess. It was a lot going on. This girl was trying to fight my friend that was with me, and it was over a boy that she didn't want and thought that it was a mess.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. And I didn't even enjoy myself. The very first time I went, though, I had a lot of fun. And I was like, oh, okay. But I think it was just because it was different.
Like, I was going to say, what made it fun?
It was just fun because I was out. It was a lot of people that was out. I thought I was cute.
The first time.
The music was cool. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of energy. And there was like, the club that I went to, there was 2 different dance floors or whatever. So the music was different and the energy was different in both rooms. So you could kind of switch it up. Yeah. They had a pool. You know, I was drinking, so I was a little loose a little bit. And so it was fun. And the people, and it was like a diverse crowd when I went. So it was like all kinds of folks that was there. Then the second time we went back to that club, it was nothing but niggas. It was like nigga night, right? It was nothing but niggas that was there. And
it was Ray's boom boom room.
And it was like half of people was trying to, like half of the people wasn't really feeling it and half people was really turned. And so the energy was real weird in there. So it wasn't all, I didn't have a good time the second time. But the last time was when, you know, it got pepper sprayed and then everybody had to get out of there. So.
Would you ever go to the club again?
I don't think so. I think I'm good. Like those days are, like I'm cool. I like a more chill, like, I mean, I like to turn up, you know, have that energy, but just not in that setting.
Look, man, I do house parties. Yeah, not like young. I mean, it's more of a house gathering.
Yeah,
it's like
I fuck with the gathering.
It's a dinner party. Let me just keep it 100. I do kickbacks, but I also do dinner parties where couples come over and me and my girl will just be, oh yes, and she'll come over early and she'll help me cook some food and we'll get like some bougie ass like wine or maybe some box wine, and other couples come and we just like sit and talk about the world and politics.
That's dope.
And I'll be cool with that. Dope. I could do like dinner party. And I do a kickback. Mm-hmm. You already know. And when I do the kickback, I'm going to bake some chicken and make some spaghetti. And we going to get turned the fuck up. We already know that, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that vodka next time.
That vodka.
You seen that?
Nah.
It's vodka and tequila together.
I don't know about that. Because I don't really mess with vodka.
I don't like hard liquor.
I like tequila if I'm going to drink it. But I don't mess with the hard liquor either.
I like beer. That's my thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what we chase it with.
Well, I mean,
me and my niggas turn up, okay? When we go hard, I'm telling you. And you might think we were at the club or left the club or it's like a pregame thing, but we'll have I have my phone out. We'll do Drunk Snap Fridays, and it'll be a Friday. We meet up. Everybody's off at work and, you know, ready to kick it. And, you know, you don't want to miss college football, but fuck the early games. The good games come out at night anyway. So we just turn the fuck up on Friday night, and we be drunk as hell walking through downtown Seattle. Snapchatting. And just it's funny because when you're drunk as hell and you're saying stuff, it makes sense and everybody else that's drunk understands it. Mm-hmm. And when you go back and you listen to it,
what
it's like,
the fuck?
Yeah, like, you're like, how did anybody understand what I said? It's like, yeah, because I shit right there, my nigga. Like, you know,
what is that? People feel the need to document themselves while they're like inebriated, like
because everything seems so much more grand. That's why, like,
you're just hella drunk or high. You're just like, let me get on here on this scope, on this Snapchat, on this.
You know, because you have to be in that moment. You feel like nothing else has ever been better. Yeah,
it makes it so much more exciting. Like Snapchat is so much more turned when you're like.
See, I just knew we were playing pool, and and I tried to go without the stick. I said, okay, no more alcohol.
Wait.
Like,
Wait,
like,
what?
Right. How does that work?
What the fuck?
You just set your arms up like...
Yeah, so when it just got to that point, I said, I need to just chill for 5 minutes and eat a piece of bread or something.
Get him some milk.
He needs some milk.
But the homie was still sitting there drinking like, and so he kind of went a little too far. I got home and I think I yacked as well. But yeah, he said he don't remember most of that night. And we all have various bits and pieces to this day on our cell phones. Like, we all recorded at least one moment. So we had to put it all together to figure out exactly what the fuck happened. And with the way everybody's schedule is with work and kids and distance, it's been hard to really do that. But yeah.
I only had one blackout night. That was...
Wow.
That was
Hilarious.
I fell out of your bed.
Oh my gosh.
Backwards.
What?
She fell out of... Okay, we stopped. And I don't know why we stopped.
It was a gas station.
We stopped at a gas station, but we didn't stop to get gas.
But you pulled up right next to the gas. That's where you got gas.
No, I don't think we did. I feel like you were trying to escape, and we were like,
escape?
I have to pull over
Was
before
it
she
danger?
tries to jump out of my car with her drunk ass and run away or something. I don't know.
I don't remember. I have flashes.
You're like-
So we pulled up, and immediately the door like pops open, and she's out of there though. Like, you're just in.
What? I mean, what was the
Was that the
logic?
first time or the second time?
That happened twice?
The first time I opened the door, but I was leaning back on it, and so when I opened the door, I fell right on my back.
Oh,
On that
okay.
tall ass van, you guys.
My 91 Privia, Toyota Privia
Oh, the Mexican junk.
that I loved so much.
No shade, but I be seeing a lot of Mexican people with that, man. That's really reliable.
No, it really is the
Yeah.
most reliable. I wish I still had it. No, but then I remember because there's a parking lot behind the gas station that used to be a movie theater, and you was like loose in the parking lot, and we're like,
loose. Like, an animal.
we're trying to get you back in the car. Like, okay, we
Like,
have to go now, Kylie. Like,
Where was I going?
I don't know. You were trying to go away.
Away.
I don't know. You were trying to get out of there.
Wow.
So then we finally got you to get back in the car, into a car. We got you back in the car, but you were like in no seatbelt, like laid out in the back of the, like you
I
were laid
remember
in the
cake.
back seat.
I remember I
Cake.
wanted cake. I don't remember why. Oh, we were going to go to your friend's house to get cake, but we didn't go because you said I was too drunk.
Yeah, see, that night was fun though.
It
Well,
was cake.
that night began fun,
I don't remember how it began.
and it slowly progressed.
How did it begin? I
And
really...
it just
Oh, that and the next day I had to get on the flight to Arizona.
yep.
I remember that was a horrible flight. I
I'm
flew
sure.
up in the airport.
That
Oh
sounds
my
terrible.
god, it was a horrible flight.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was.
It was terrible. I was so hungover. It was ridiculous.
We thought she was gonna die. We're over here Googling. She was like blacked out for real.
Should, like, should we pump her stomach? Like, what were you guys saying?
We
I
were
can't
like,
remember.
what are we supposed to do, guys? I had never been around anybody that drunk before in my whole entire life. I don't even think we were 20. Were we 21?
Yeah,
We were like just fresh 21
we
or
were
something.
fresh. We were fresh.
I had never seen anybody that drunk.
Y'all was wrong. Girls are nothing but trouble.
What?
Yeah,
Statistically, girls are more trouble for their parents than boys are.
Oh, that I could say that's true.
That's a
If
statistic.
you're talking about raising a girl versus
Yeah,
raising a
girls
boy.
are trouble.
I don't know if I believe that.
See, I don't know about the way he's saying it.
Yeah,
though. Girls are trouble.
Y'all
Nah.
are trouble, and you got cooties.
We have cooties.
Wow.
Oh wow, we're like, what is this, second grade?
Like,
all over?
this is how I've been brought up. Okay, I was brought up that girls have cooties, and they're trouble.
Interesting.
That's what they told me.
Somebody told you just wrong.
Wrong.
I mean, I don't know. Based on what I've seen and what I just heard,
That was one time.
Exactly. It hasn't even happened since then.
No, I ain't been that drunk since.
I would never
Well,
be as drunk as I
if you
was.
didn't, well,
The ledge thing,
That was the cookie night, right?
that was a cookie night.
yeah, see, I
see
would never
the fact
be
that you
as
just
drunk.
relating regular ass things to a time you were drunk as fuck. Like I can't really do
It's
that.
because she like threw the cookies outside of the window onto a ledge.
It was Oreos. Hold on.
The Oreos, like
Were
she
they, like,
loves
double stuff
Oreos.
or regular
Me and-
stuff, reduced
yeah.
fat.
Me and my friend, just regular original Oreos.
Okay.
Me and my friend would love Oreos, and for some reason, I took her package of Oreos and threw them on the ledge. And then she threatened me. And she was like, you better go get the Oreos. I was like, but they all the way on the ledge, all the way out there. So I climbed out the window.
It was like she was holding her feet. I'm recording it. I don't think I even drunk that night. I was just sitting there recording.
Did you really say World Star?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
I was recording and like she's holding onto her feet while she's hanging out on the ledge to go grab the Oreos.
Did you get them?
That her stupid ass threw out the window in the first place.
I don't even remember why I threw them, but whatever.
Did me lower, I can't reach. Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just sat there and recorded. It was a lot.
Well, you were supposed to be the responsible one. Why you didn't stop me?
It was entertaining. We have learned based on your recent stories here that maybe you're not like able to be controlled when you're
ever really
inebriated.
Truthfully, ever.
I mean that's true,
ever.
But
not gonna happen.
Even more so, I'm doing my own thing when I'm drunk.
Whatever kind of you can't tell me what to do that you naturally carry. It just becomes tenfold, apparently,
times,
when you get it just multiplies.
I guess so.
If you ever thought you couldn't tell me nothing, imagine how much I'm not listening to now.
Right.
Like, it just becomes a thing. So did you get the cookies, though? Or did you
they were rescued. Yeah. I don't
no.
think you would have been able to, like, still be in that situation if those cookies didn't come back. She was
it was that deep? Like,
she was serious about those cookies.
Friendships were at stake here.
Right. If you don't get my cookies, it's a problem. Like,
I mean, I felt the same way about the Oreos, so I understand.
So she had lapse in judgment when she threw the Oreos. She realized I was wrong, and why would I do that? Because I love Oreos.
Right.
And now for my own sake and for the sake of the cookies in our friendship, like, I have to go and rescue the Oreos off the ledge.
Save the friendship, save the Oreos.
Exactly.
Kind of, okay. I get that. Heroes.
Save the Oreos, save the friendship.
Right.
Either way.
That's
I guess that's the correct order.
Yeah.
Like, cause fuck the friendship unless there's Oreos. So I get it now, yeah. So, in the spirit of the new NBA season and the World Series and the midway point of the football series, we're going to have a sports edition of Winning or Not.
Hey, I'm ready.
So,
all right.
We're only going to do sports, people.
Sports edition.
I think the first name that I want to throw out there is, because we're at the halfway point and I'm a Hawks fan, is Russell Wilson. Based on now, where we're at now in the season, is he winning or not? Heavy sigh.
See, I'm not a big sports person.
But you know about Russell Wilson.
I haven't seen much of him. Didn't they won the last?
Seattle.
I know, but like they won their last game, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
That's it. So, okay,
you don't know how he did, how many times he got sacked.
Like Future ain't open
he
his
actually
mouth
played
about
pretty
him.
good, right?
He threw 2 interceptions actually, but
and he kept getting sacked
as usual.
As usual.
According to my
he
favorite
on
analyst, Stephen A. Smith, you know.
But it's not just him.
I hold in such high regard, you know. Stephen A. Smith.
No.
The utmost respect for Stephen A. Smith.
How about you move on?
I'm trying to tell you, like, I hold his information quite closely and dearly to my heart.
So why are you trying to be him right now? I need you to stop with the voice and everything.
So all I'm saying is Stephen A. pointed out that Russell Wilson's been sacked, he said 31 times.
In the season, just
31 times. That's means ridiculous. If he didn't get sacked for the rest of the year, he still will have averaged getting put on his ass twice a game.
Isn't that like twice as much as like the whole season last year or something?
Well, no, hell no. The offensive line is always really kind of, ever since Walter Jones retired and Steve Hutchinson got pilfered off to the Vikings and boy on the right side, Sean Locklear.
Boy on the right side.
Sean Locklear put hands on his girlfriend. Robbie Tobeck retired. Ever since them cats was gone, Chris Gray, our offensive line ain't been the same since. We used to send 2 or 3 cats to the Pro Bowl every year. Now it's like niggas could barely make the roster. They actually, the Seahawks just brought in some more offensive line prospects to like just try out for the team. Like,
but the offensive line is not doing a very good job.
It's doing shit.
Working for him.
It's doing nothing for any. I'm surprised we're even running the ball, honestly. Anyways, Russell Wilson winning or not? Is Russell Wilson winning or not? Like,
it looked like he threw a good party for Sierra's birthday.
Yeah,
he threw that party for her?
Yeah, he threw it for
her. It's a
surprise. Superhero theme party.
Oh, cute.
He did that. So
Russell Wilson winning or not?
It's so why I feel like I gave Ty so much shit for being on the fence, but it's so easy to be on the fence on this particular one.
It is.
But I'm gonna just say he's winning. Because they're going up against the Cowboys.
If you're saying winning, I'm going to say no.
Okay. So is Russell Wilson winning or not?
I'm not in on this.
You literally in on this.
Okay, he's winning.
Okay.
He won his last game. He threw a bomb party for his girl. He wins.
He threw a nice touchdown in that game, even though he did 2 picks.
And he had a cool costume.
He threw 2 interceptions on purpose, I felt like. But anyway.
Okay.
All right. Who's next
on the list? Yeah. Who you got?
It says Harden.
What do you mean it says Harden?
James Harden.
Oh, what? She knows the first name.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he winning or not?
You said or not. Oh, you was waiting.
I know absolutely nothing about him. I don't even know what team he plays.
He has a beard. He's a guy with the beard that tripped the ball off his foot.
He got the hair.
Nigga, every nigger in... Okay, I should say nigger.
Wow.
Every black... I'm just like a white man today. I'm sorry. But every black dude in every sport has that hair, quote unquote, now.
It's long.
That's going to be a part... What are you talking about?
Okay. I said that you're supposed to offer me the answer, the alternative,
Okay.
Not like, what?
He has the beard.
It's just a beard. With like,
and it's the things. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I know him.
You don't have a clue.
Go ahead. Is he winning or not, guys? Come on now.
No, my gosh.
What do you think?
Well, I think he's losing by far. Like, not even close.
Okay, why do you think?
Well, first of all, he lost the MVP to Steph last year.
Ooh.
Secondly, he lost his girlfriend to Lamar Odom.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
He got away from the Kardashians.
So, you're losing. And he was on Shaqtin' a Fool because he bounced the ball off his foot and it just went out of bounds. Like, nobody even touched him. Like, it's really just going to just cost your team. Just turn over. Just off your foot. You the ball handler and you can't handle the ball.
All right.
Interesting.
So what did you say? Is he winning or not, Kylie?
I'm going to say nah.
It's hard to
I
say.
want to see this season.
He has a very full beard.
Yes,
exactly.
That's the whole thing. The guy with the beard.
Yeah.
Really? That's not... Okay. I'm done with you. If you could see her hand motions and how inaccurate they are.
I'm looking directly at his picture.
And you're still doing it wrong.
Look at them hairs down there.
What black man have you ever seen touch his face like that?
If I had a beard, I would touch my face like that.
Are you sure your hair would grow in like that?
You like gripping it like it's a microphone.
Like a ponytail or
Like
something. Like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Like, you got chin ponytails and shit? What
Just
the hell?
for the beard.
You would probably braid your
He's
shit.
winning.
I'm sure she would.
Right.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
It'd be like a nigga, though, just half braided. Like, she'd have, like, the half braided
But I
beard
wouldn't wear it
thing.
outside braided. Just in the house.
I disagree
She
with
would
that.
say that, but then she ended up having to go to the store and then,
say fuck it.
Like,
It's
you know,
easy to just take it out real quick. It can
like,
look textured.
but
they're just haters and then just go to the store.
Get my twist out on my beard.
Ew. That's gross. I'd never. Hell no.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you said he was...
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, what do you think, since you know who he is?
I said that, because of the beard.
Allegedly.
And if I had a beard like that, what I would do with it. So he's winning.
Based on
it's beard.
based on a beard that you don't have, but if you hypothetically own that was his beard,
it would be
he's
twisted.
winning.
Yep.
So he's losing. So
Okay.
who's next on the list?
Derrick Rose.
He's winning.
Why?
He had the Fetty Wap eye, and he's literally winning.
He's so injury prone.
He got the Fetty Wap eye.
I want to say nah, so bad.
They're 2-0. They got a new coach. He's wearing that mask this one actually fits his face.
I have high hopes for him this season.
Did you see at one of the post-game interviews, first game of the season against the Cavs, everybody was like, oh, LeBron, Kevin Love is back. They got Mo Williams now, Dellavedova. They're about to really do some shit.
Right.
And in that first game, Paul Gasol said, LeBron, you're not Kobe. Like it was just, so it just ended up being like, oh, well, Derrick Rose wins again.
Uh-huh.
And, they asked him about his eye and everything, and he said, I'm seeing double. Like, literally, he said, I got to close my left eye. That's why he said he got the Fetty Wap eye.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so he got the Fetty eyes, and so Fetty Wap is winning, Derrick Rose is winning, the Bulls are winning, so only thing in the NBA that's winning more than the Bulls right now is the Warriors championship rings. If you saw those.
Yes.
If I could take a piece of that ring and just have it right now, all of my bills will be paid.
Right.
What do you think, Ty?
Derrick Rose has a winning smile.
Yeah, are you just Googling everybody we
Yeah, she's just cheating, but I know.
How is it cheating if I don't know anything about him?
He's cute. He is cute.
He's alright.
He reps Chirac to the fullest too.
I don't think we have the same taste, Tyler.
No, but it's clear that we don't have the same taste.
Okay, last one.
Lamar Odom?
I mean, like, you know, I have to say he's winning.
I'm gonna say nah.
I gotta say he's winning.
I mean, I hope he gets to the point where he's winning.
He retired and still finished ahead of James Harden in MVP votes because he got the girl back. He got his wife back.
Let's see how long that lasts.
Right, that's not gonna.
It lasted long enough to take her away. That's all I need to last.
Look, I mean, they only.
She's in a tough spot. Like,
yeah, he's not at his best.
He doesn't have. He don't got a lot of family.
You know,
and he's the type of dude to be like, "Baby, thank you."
No, I get that.
Really get his shit together because of her. As long as she's by his side, he's the type of nigga to be like, I will not let you down.
I hope so.
I feel like that's the reason why all this happened is because he didn't have her.
If he gets it together, though, but see, look, there's only so much that you can deal with in a situation with someone that is like addicted to something, or like she'll
be alright though.
I hope that that's the truth, that he will be okay, and that they do stay together. She kept saying it, man. I want to still be married to my husband. If it wasn't for these circumstances, I would still be married to that nigga. I love him.
She obviously loves and cares about him.
Yeah. So what makes you think she gonna leave regardless?
Look, she might. I hope that they stay together because I liked them together. I really do.
I just like love.
Me too. Love is beautiful.
And I just feel like they're really. It's not. Wasn't like, oh, we're both celebrities. Let's do this for publicity. That was like, I really fucks with you.
Right. And they were only together for like 9 days. Before they were together for a short amount of time before they like decided we want to do this forever. They were only together for like a month before they got married.
I don't really think that matters. I think when you know, you know.
Not that it matters. I'm just saying like it's unorthodox. Like not everyone does that.
It could have just as easily been arranged marriage, and I still think it would have worked.
Controlled and shit.
And like I think they were just destined. Like if there's ever such thing as soulmate, if you believe in that, then that's what they are for each other. But it sounds like y'all don't really care about love, soulmates.
Don't be spreading these rumors. I love love.
You know.
Well, Tyson up here quiet as hell.
Love can rest neutrally.
Okay, well,
I'm good off of it.
Well, you know, love is life. But
anyway, have love in your heart to love another person.
I love God. I love God.
Do you love him neutrally?
I love him with the vigor.
When do you love him? You love him in the morning. You love him.
I love him throughout the entire day.
All right now.
Okay, well, you know, with your Lord love himself, that's good. So I didn't know you liked her music like that.
Who, Erica Campbell?
Lord. That's what you said, right?
Really?
You love the Lord.
I said I love the Lord.
Hey, we're on each other's team. It's all good.
Yeah, whatever. All right, with that BS.
Yeah.
Wonderful way to segue into our segment of BS.
Yes.
We're calling BS on something?
We're calling BS on something.
On
several BS?
On a few things.
Who wants to call BS first? I call backboard. Got him. That was corny, I know.
Okay. So there was this Arizona woman. She tweeted a photo of her and her friend. Now her name is some Escalante, but she's white.
Escalante.
Right? I forgot her first name.
Escalator.
But she and her friend, they're in this cotton.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa! Hold up!
Where are we going with this?
Hold up! Hold my phone.
Did you say cotton?
Escalante picking cotton. Wait.
Her Erica Escalante. That's her
double E
name, and I'm calling BS on her. Her and her friend was in a cotton field, and they took pictures. They tweeted these pictures. They were both picking cotton, and then there was another picture with them like playing like the cotton is a beard or whatever. And then to go along with the picture, she posted a my nigger side came out today. Or
Wait.
Wait.
You were actually okay.
Right, it was cool. You was fucking with Cotton in the field.
She said our inner nigger came out today, and she said nigger.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But,
you know, when you're
it
touching
doesn't
Cotton,
even matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but it hurts a little more for some reason. I don't know.
No. I get what you're saying. Like, whether it had been nigga, or
right.
that's what you're saying. It doesn't matter.
And I get what she's saying too.
I get that too. Okay, so we all understand that we don't understand why this bitch wouldn't stop chasing escalators long enough to go into the field of cotton,
right?
And decide that she wanted to like just speak such like. I don't even know what to call it.
So I call BS on her. And Black Twitter got on that ass. And then I guess she's an intern for someplace. And
not anymore.
Not anymore. They fired her. They was like, do you know your employee? Blah, blah, blah. Tweets.
They were like, we don't need that. She's gone. Before we even know who she is. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
She's an intern anyway. You know, she's not like a...
The very first time I heard of that type of a movement where it's like, we're calling for this bitch's job. Yeah. Was when I started to realize this is a thing. The little girl in what was that, Dallas or whatever, when there was it started with the argument and like the white lady was calling the kids niggers and then they called the police on them and that's when the girl had the knee in the back and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, the pool party?
Yeah, the pool party. So that's the first time I heard people call for somebody's job. And it was like I think she worked at Bank of America or something, and it was like, yeah. Get your bitch, Bank of America, like, and so they fired her ass. And that, ever since I saw that one thing, I know it was more before that, but that was the first one I saw where something happened immediately.
Yeah, so you share her views. She's your employee.
Yeah, and she's out here repping.
Apparently, that she apologized.
It was very insincere.
She said, "I want to say to the Black community and anyone else out there that I hurt that I'm so sincerely sorry."
No, you're not. Either way,
no.
The company that she worked for said, we too find this tweet offensive and we are shocked. This does not reflect our values and culture. The intern is no longer with us.
Well, no matter how you look at it, I typically would say during the BS segment, you can stuff your sorries in a sack, but I just don't feel like with the speak of cotton that's appropriate for even me to say as a black man.
But did you also see the tweet that said, people need to calm the fuck down. I don't need to explain my racial status. Get the sticks out of your asses.
That's what she said?
Yes.
No, she didn't say that.
Deleted it by now.
It's a lot of BS being called, right? I'm sure.
No, she didn't say that.
Did you guys hear about the white man that just recently did something similar? Well, it wasn't the cotton, but there was like a little black boy in the background. It was like a picture going around. You see that?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't really remember the story, but they're saying the kid was like deaf and blind or something, and they were calling him like, they say, oh, I didn't know you had like a nigger baby, and he was just going along.
He was saying like, oh, I think he just took a picture with a random like black child. He was like, look at this child I just adopted.
Yeah,
like,
and they created this whole racist ass story.
And then all of his friends started commenting about it.
And he was going along with it.
Oh, you saved a nigger. Like, he
oh my
like,
yeah.
They were talking about like him being a monkey and like all these things.
And then they were like, do you feed him bananas? And then and it was.
How is it still okay? How do people feel like? How did you ever feel like it was okay for you to say that and tweet that?
People hide behind the fucking screens, their fucking phones,
but they feel like they're untouchable,
right?
But
the fact that you have a job,
yeah, like you're
the fact that you are in this society,
right?
And you have a job, and you have a life that exists outside of Twitter. Like none of that was a factor when you decided to do what you did.
Just racist. Put your reputation and your livelihood on the line for some ignorant ass shit.
Right. That you thought was probably hilarious when you posted.
But it's hurtful. That's the thing. You know it's going to be hurtful.
That's why, and then to say, why you mad?
Right. Yeah.
That's why it was difficult for me to even watch like Carlos Mencia, like his stuff. Because I felt like I'm not even Hispanic, but I just felt like he was selling out his people. Like, if a black man had done the same thing, made a lot of these jokes about this, and, like, your whole show is based off the stereotypes of your culture, it doesn't make it okay because it's your culture. It just makes you Don Lemon. That's it. Like, it doesn't really, so I don't really know why he did that. And
that's that, like, Dave Chappelle conflict right there, where it's like, you understand that it's getting
you can only go so far. That's why Chappelle, because he created characters in his skits that everybody remembers that were kind of based loosely off of stereotypes.
Right.
But it wasn't playing into, like Tyrone Biggums.
Yeah.
It's like, if the whole concept for them was, imagine if there was a crackhead in Fear Factor, you know, and that was like the skit. And so it's like, well, what do I know a crackhead to be based on my community where I'm from?
Right.
So it wasn't like, you know, it was just taking a character that, you know, and bringing it into a situation. It wasn't, the joke wasn't that you're a character. The joke is, I get you get it, but I'm saying, you know, in case people are listening, don't get it, you know?
Right.
The joke, that was the joke.
But the way that it was received was the part that's, like, like you said,
Carlos
the way you received
was like,
Carlos Mencia, the way that Dave Chappelle was seeing people receive the characters that he was creating, is that same thing, that uncomfortableness that you have about it, like
the vision that he put out and the reality of what it became.
Right,
it wasn't just, it didn't mesh properly.
Right,
which is probably why Mind and Mencia just disappeared as well.
Right,
it hella did.
Like people probably didn't remember that show.
I remembered a little bit, but it's just like I couldn't rock with it.
I couldn't.
It didn't sit.
I'm like, I started watching George Lopez. I think that's how he got hot.
He's hella funny. I like him.
He got
the
more
alternative
hot because he was already there. But it was like
his show was really good.
No, it really was.
It was really good.
There were nights where I was struggling. It was like when both shows were still on. I'm like, do I want to watch My Wife and Kids, or do I want to watch, like, you know, George Lopez? And I'm just like, I don't know. I want to watch both, and this is before DVR. You know, it's like I don't know because it really is so good. We want to get off race, but there's always BS to call when you're black about race. And we could so easily just go in depth on this whole South Carolina situation. But I think Cher kind of ended that for me.
So tell people.
Or Kev on stage. One of those two.
They don't know what happened.
Well, you know, black girls sitting in the classroom, probably dilly-dallying on her phone. And teachers like, put it away. She's not doing that. And, you know, the whole situation of don't have phones in class. And she's not listening. She's asked to leave the class. And she doesn't, and so they bring in some authority figures, and then they're talking to her, trying to get her to leave, and she's just not really responding in a way that they like. They bring in the school officer guy, and he just fucking almost went like George Zimmerman on her. And I mean, it was the craziest shit I ever seen. Like, ridiculous. I really feel, I don't know how people could ever try to justify that action.
Ever.
Because
women did.
I know.
Ever.
I know for a fact that say I had a twin sister and that was my twin sister, regardless, because, you know, they find out later she was like in foster care or something now. She's like basically an orphan. Like, mom just died and just fucked up shit going on in her life, but they should have already known that.
Right.
You know, like, first and foremost, they should have already known that shit. They should already, not to say anybody deserves special treatment, but there are certain situations that call for certain ways you can handle things.
And even if you don't know that, you understand that children are, like, these kids are under, they have varying circumstances at home. Absolutely. In their minds, in their hearts, in their spirit. Like, you're just going through a lot, just in general, your hormones, all of these things. Like, there should have been another... I have seen fights break out in the classroom. I have seen like kids be, a teacher come between and break up something that it seemed like, how could you ever break that up? There are ways to settle conflicts in a classroom that do not involve putting your hands on a student. Right. Like, how many years have schools been open? How many kids have been going through shit in their school during the school day, and there have been teachers or someone on the staff that can get the situation calmed and get that child removed out of the classroom without it having to be what it was.
I, as a grown man, have been in grown man situation with other grown men that I don't know very well, where people were ready to yell "World Star," but we somehow brought it back down to a point where it's like, I still disagree, but we're not going to take it there. Right. So... and you guys know how ignorant I can be, or how riled up I can get, and so when I get to that point where it just seems like he's gonna explode, and I still, can pull that back, even with anger issues and whatnot. And this little girl, it's a little girl. Like, no matter, and even if you want to say, well, how little, what? Like, why does it matter? Like, she's a child. Girl. She can't buy scratch tickets. Okay.
He was in a school knowing that is a child. I don't care what she did. I don't care. She was in a school. She's a child. Why would you fucking put it? It's not like she's on the street. Oh, I didn't know she was a kid. He knew he was a kid.
And nobody even stepped to her like she was a fucking, like a person, like an actual.
Like she was a big ass man. Like,
regardless of age, point blank, period. That's not how you handle individuals. Yeah, especially when you're in that position of power. Yeah,
and especially if someone is already upset too.
Well, I'm saying that had better not have been my twin sister. Yeah, because I would have killed that man. And that's not even a question. Like, you're not. And people are like, oh, well, her kicking her feet will flip the desk. Or maybe it was him.
Fuck that.
Like, yeah, or
even if
she
it was.
hit him. Well, maybe because he grabbed her first.
Right.
Like, why are you touching... And it's ridiculous. And people are missing the whole point of... You want to go so hard on the NFL players about domestic violence and because it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife situation. But it's like, this is a grown man and a little girl.
A little girl.
And it's a female. And, you know, as... in the race that we are, the human race, people want to say all lives matter. How can you so easily say all lives matter except for if you're a black girl?
Yeah.
Like, at all.
He stepped to her with his attitude already, though. Like,
yeah.
like you're going to do exactly what I said that you're going to do.
Whoever that
because
officer
I'm
was.
the law, blah,
right.
blah, blah.
You didn't come in there like, look, maybe we can figure this out.
Right.
Like, I understand, like you were saying, I understand that you're not having a good day. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
We need more Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Deion Sanders
because
got
I feel like he would have came up to her with that $9 million suit he be wearing and said, now come on, baby. You know, this not the way we do that. Come on, don't do this. You know, this is what they expect of us.
Right, relate to the kids.
And just, but because that's the issue. Like, it kind of makes me think, this is why I kind of try to listen to everybody that's talking right now. And just try to get little pieces of things that they say and try to see and kind of piece my own belief.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of what Dr. Umar was saying. Some of the shit he says is a little out there. And then some of the... I'm being polite. Some of the shit he says is a little out there. Some of the shit, I feel like I get it. Because it's talking about how, like, if you look at the school structure, the teachers are predominantly female. So their definition of, or their idea of what acting out of control or negative behavior is may differ from a male's based on what, generally what a man thinks is okay and what a woman is going to allow. Like, when you look at the household and say that if the little boy's jumping on the couch, the dad might not give a fuck. Because I know I wouldn't give a fuck if my son's jumping on the couch. But I know my girl, if her kid was jumping on the couch, she'd flip the fuck out. So it's just stuff like that where it's like what a little boy is typically wired to do in terms of having all this energy and running around. A male might have more tolerance for it, but a woman, especially if it's a colored child. Now, if you're talking about a little black boy and you have like a white teacher that doesn't know shit about black people, and you've seen there have been actually a lot of studies where white teachers have said they don't know how to respond to black students, especially the black male, so they do send them to the office a lot for what we in the black community might see as some petty ass shit. Right. So when you put that in a situation with this little girl, that whole idea of angry black woman, I believe, stemmed into this a lot as well. Like,
but her teacher was a black man.
Even that doesn't mean that he still doesn't have angry black woman thoughts in his mind. Because it's not just programmed only for white people to know that. That is the image that is portrayed of black women worldwide in America, is that they are just angry, ghetto, ignorant,
black girl
not to,
I'm not finna deal with her.
We're not gonna deal with Tanisha. We're not gonna deal with Tanaka. We're not gonna deal with none of that shit today. Not in my classroom.
Right.
I'm not gonna have that because my sister, I seen how she did to her baby's dad, and I seen how my mom treated my dad who wasn't shit, and I don't want her trying to treat me like that. I don't know if that's the case, but I could definitely see that being a thing. It's still not an excuse, and it's still ridiculous, and I'm still tired of seeing this shit.
She was sitting there. She wasn't a threat to nobody. She wasn't waving around a knife or nothing. Right. She was fucking sitting there.
And so in that scenario, I would just, if I was a teacher, I would have just left her there.
Right, just especially that she settled the foot down.
It's
right.
Like,
whatever the conflict was before, clearly she calmed down and just moved on.
There's a better way than putting your hands on somebody.
I also saw a tweet that I thought it was kind of crazy because nobody really mentioned it, but they said this whole thing about this girl using her cell phone in class, we only know about because somebody else was using their cell phone in class.
Right.
And I'm like, I never thought about that. But there were other students, because there was more than one angle of that, situation where people were recording this. And everybody was scared. Like, I was talking to all my friends up here about it.
Well,
like,
it's kind of like, if you see, like, last week I saw this black lady get into an argument with the white security guard in front of Safeway. And she was parked right in front of Safeway because her grandmother was coming out. And she was an older lady with a cane. She was like, no, I'm going to park here so my grandma can get in the car. And they got into it. So everybody was pull out their phones. So I feel like it's in a situation like that, you see the cop come in, oh, let me pull out my phone in case some shit jump off.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? I did that. I mean, I pulled my phone out. Nothing happened. But
this is the age of technology.
It is.
And we want to record what happened.
Especially because,
I would say a lot of times you're gonna be in a situation where you can't physically do anything but document.
Yeah,
and that's all. So I totally get that, but it's crazy.
Oh, he said, she said, but I don't know. The video says
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, damn, it's just crazy how, and then it just all kind of feeds into this this negative, violent culture that has kind of been pushed onto the black community. As if I feel like people forget exactly how we inhabit this country and this land and why we're all really here, how we got here, and they just want to say, oh, black people are so evil and they're so aggressive and violent. And even if that were the truth, why do you think that is? It's like, don't punch me on my face and kick and spit on me and then to get upset when I push you back.
Right.
Like, really?
Or they want to blame other people for their situation.
Yeah.
That whole...
I like the whole, well, I never had a slave.
Right.
That conversation...
Oh, but I don't benefit from any of the privilege that comes from...
Get the fuck out of here.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, you do realize...
Just because nobody said you have this job because you're white, don't think... It's ridiculous.
People say...
Or your parents own this house because they were white.
Well,
right?
People say that I have a young mother. You know, they're like, wow, your mom's only that old. My mom was born in 1968. She, like, narrowly missed, like, colored only and white only stuff.
Oh, see, my parents was there.
She narrowly missed... So I'm like, if you put that in perspective, the fact that my mother narrowly missed it and my grandmother is still alive... I know for a fact that she experienced it, and to this day, because she had to endure such traumatic things, she moves in a different kind of a way. And I'm like, Grandma, it's cool. We can sit over here, and she'd be like, I'm just not comfortable over there. I think she's like waiting, like this is not real. Like they're gonna come back and be like, look here, nigger.
Right.
Okay, and it's sad. Like I'm glad, I'm thankful, and I've been trying to the past couple of years actually celebrate Black history and learn more about my people, my culture, and myself and where I'm from, because it's been a tough journey just to get to the fucked up place that we're at, where little girls are getting slammed down in classrooms. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It really is.
He got fired, I heard, right?
Yeah, he did. He also had another incident prior to that with the whole, emptied a whole container of pepper spray on somebody. The whole thing on one person.
Excessive force.
He was integrated into that school. It's like he was like the coach of the team there.
Yeah, but you know,
But he had a hand in a lot.
I almost feel like when like the whole Muhammad Ali KKK thing, where it's like, how about you stay over there and we stay over here? I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm okay with that. Like, I only want to see black people. Because I actually don't feel safe. Like, when I'm walking down the street and I see a white person, my mind immediately thinks they're going to say I did some shit. It's probably similar to what like my grandfather had to deal with. They're gonna say I'm like on some Emmett Till shit, and I'm gonna get my ass. I'm gonna die, and it's gonna be recorded, and nobody's gonna do shit about it. It's really at that point,
right?
And I don't even really fuck with nobody no more because of that. I gotta stay in certain areas. They're gentrifying our neighborhood, so I don't even know where to go.
Yeah.
Like, I had a post on Facebook the other day where I was like, y'all better go outside and, like, look at the neighborhood one more time before it's gone. I didn't expect it to blow up, but people were sharing my status.
Because it's true. It's like, crazy. It doesn't look like what it looked like anymore. There's nobody here that looks like you. All of these white people that have moved in, that have moved, all of these older black people, all these black people that owned homes in this neighborhood that can no longer afford to live here any longer. There's like no young black people that live here. Like it's
crazy, and it's like you wanted to remove yourself, put yourself far away from us, and we made this area be something. This area is the heart and soul of Seattle. This is the CD, and so many people that have come from this part of the world had something to do or something to say about this part of the town, like Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix, Quincy Jones, just to name just a few, you know, that were just over here and doing things just positively. Like, this community hasn't been about whatever people think black people, quote unquote, are about. It's not about violence, not about gangs. It's like, there's that everywhere. Like, you know, there's some of that everywhere, but that's never been, we're not a gang community where everybody's in something. It's actually more of a helpful, sharing, more diverse community than people think. Sure, for a long time growing up, it was like predominantly black where I was at, you know, but there's always a white boy hanging out, mowing kids somewhere. The African kids were starting to come over because like their parents were coming over to America and getting to learning. You got to meet so many people and experience so many different cultures and bring people to the CD and give them that Ezels and Catfish Corner.
Hey,
say that. And I don't even feel like I can really do that, especially because a lot of people that we would consider black, like we would like from a different country come over and they like, I want to stay away from black people.
Or what felt unique about the neighborhood, right? The individuality that the neighborhoods in Seattle once had that they no longer have.
Yeah, it's starting to get real uniform and real like let's just build a whole bunch of really tall like condos and apartments and stick as many white people in as we can. It's like I don't mind there being white people, but just don't call the cops on me because I'm standing outside smoking a blunt.
Bruh.
Because I've been doing that for years.
There's a suspicious nigga outside.
It's like there's a suspicious white person that just moved into the neighborhood, and it's just I'm very much so pro-black, but I'm not really anti-white.
Yeah.
So it's just
absolutely.
It's just don't like if you're in here, hey, I'm not gonna break your cookies and say welcome to the neighborhood, but I'm gonna stay in my yard. You can stay in yours. We pass. We might build a conversation. We might build a relationship. We can be cool. We can watch the Seahawks together. Whatever. But don't just assume that I'm Tyrone, even though that's my middle name. Don't just assume. Absolutely. Like, don't just assume that I'm just a Tyrone looking to hit a lick.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But people think we mean that when we say Black Lives Matter, that we're anti-white.
Yeah.
And that's not the truth.
Right.
We just want to stop the killing of innocent black men and women. It's ridiculous. And how you don't see that, I don't get it. I totally
understand that accidents happen. I totally understand that some things can be taken out of like context, or one bad move can define a whole situation.
Yeah.
But when you say that when you look at the statistics, you look at these videos and you look at these families and how everyone's hurting, for you to say that it's just like bullshit or it's just a case by case thing, it's just basically merely a coincidence that it happens to be only black people. It's more so than just seeing it and trying to understand what it is. It's just understand that it's not okay to do that. Right. Like if you're gonna teach your kids don't hit, don't do, then why are you okay with someone killing someone using excessive force? You go into your gun. Your gun is supposed to be your last resort. Your gun is supposed to be when your life is threatened or there are lives at stake. When someone's just peeling off in their car, like the white boy, even the white boy, like the black guy, Walter Scott, and then this, I don't know the white guy's name, I'm sorry, but whoever the white guy is, that he's like, I'm gonna shoot. Why?
Or like
why? Why are you shooting?
Like Tamir Rice, right? Where you just pull onto the scene immediately, pulling your gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like you didn't stop to ask a question. You didn't stop to assess the situation. You immediately just acted.
It's like shoot first, answer questions later.
Right, answer the questions later. That's kind of what it is.
Like shoot first, answer questions later. Like I watched another terrible video. I think it might have been a white man actually. Again, because it's. Police brutality doesn't just affect black people. I understand that. Yeah. Black Lives Matter, because it's a large percentage black people, but there have been many other cultures and groups of people that are dealing with similar things. Even if you wanted to go into culturally, like look at the trans community. Like, do not be black and transsexual, like, or transgender, I should say. I pray for y'all. I really do, because if you're a black transgender person and people can't look at you...
Black transgender women, especially.
They're going to look at you and just... I don't even know. Shout out to y'all that are just out there living and making it, because, man, I know it's tough. I remember when I was, I think I was like 8 or 9, and just getting... What opened me up and a lot of people up to the whole what transgender really means is... You kind of first have to have a gay experience, you know? You kind of have to, because it opens your eyes to other things. And you're like, well, what else is there? And for me, that was finding out that someone in my family was gay and that they were not being treated well. And I was like, but that's always been like my uncle. Like, why does it matter? Like, as long as he ain't trying to do nothing with me, right, you know, and I know he's not, you know, so why, that's like, yo, auntie, that's your brother. Why are you treating your brother that way? That's just because that has nothing to do with you at all. So just being able to deal with that at an early age and understanding his feelings that he was able to somehow express to my young ass. I grew up already with the soft heart and open to whatever situation and it seems like it's always so painful. It's very rare that I come across someone who is gay or bisexual or trans whatever that could just be happy, that could just live. You know, it's always like I've been dealing with some kind of bullshit. Like either you can't keep a job or a place to stay, or somebody's calling you out of your name constantly or harassing you or trying to kill you literally because you don't do what they think is normal.
Yeah.
Man, this world's crazy. That's why at an early age I stopped calling things gay. That was no longer a put down. I just call BS on so much shit right now.
Yeah.
I call it just gay bashing and hate crimes, and I'm tired. I don't ever want to hear anyone ever say to me black on black violence. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Who created that shit? Who started that term? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Black on black, white on white, Asian on Asian, man on man. What? Just shut up. Really? Like, I just woke up in the morning and thought, man, I want to kill another person that looks just like me just because today. Like, you know, whatever. Anyway, anybody else got some more bullshit to call? Because this is really getting...
We called enough bullshit.
Yeah.
We didn't experience enough bullshit. There needs to be less of this bullshit going on in this motherfucking world, for real.
Yes.
Like, you shouldn't have to experience it on your own to be empathetic and be understanding of a situation, of someone's experiences. Like, you shouldn't have to go through that to understand that it isn't right. You shouldn't have to experience it. You witnessed it with your own eyes, but you shouldn't have to know somebody that knows someone and it has to personally affect you for you to be able to change your perspective or how you see the world or how you see those situations.
Or I know someone who's white and then married and then had a black person and then now they get like now. Try to really understand it.
Right.
You because
it doesn't affect you. Because it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. Now you have a mixed child. Now you want to...
It comes down to the fundamentals. The fundamentals of life in terms of child rearing and what you more than likely were told and heard a million times as a child. Like, what if that was you? Or put yourself in their shoes. Right. Like, and that's all you should have to do.
But people are unable or are unwilling. They're unwilling to do it.
It's one of those things where your life, the path of your life is so different than the path of their life that you can't even imagine. You don't even know where to start to begin to try to think what they were thinking. Because you never had to deal with the issues they had to deal with. Therefore, you don't know what that means.
But then when someone tells you, breaks it down for you, like, these are my experiences.
Well, and
you invalidate my experiences.
It's because they try to rationalize it with their brain.
Right. It's
without being open. It's just,
right.
Well, if that was me, I would just, but I'm not you.
Right.
And that's the issue.
What I'm telling you is I don't have the same access that you have.
Exactly.
I don't have the same finances that you have. I don't have the same background or upbringing that you have.
People's expectations of me are not the same as what they are.
Exactly.
Right. And just off of that expectations. Yeah, I'm tired of the bullshit.
All right, let's move on.
Yep, let's move on. All right, well, we have a new segment.
Yeah, because our friend Kylie over here.
Wait, yeah. I mean, it's true.
Doesn't really have a lot of experience with Disney Pixar films. Like, some.
I didn't watch a lot of Disney movies when I grew up.
As a child,
I didn't watch
like the classic ones.
Yeah,
that everyone knows. You know.
I don't know what I was watching, but I wasn't watching that. I'm just saying.
She's watching Ghost Rider and Carmen Sandiego.
Hey, Power Rangers. I was heavy on Power Rangers.
Yeah,
I don't know, and sometimes my friends give me shit about it. It's cool.
But we decided we want to help.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Talia and I are here to help. And this is a new segment of our podcast that we like to call Disney IRL or Disney in real life.
Yes.
So we're gonna break down to you what the movie is about as we are all adults here.
Yes.
And we're going to tell you straight up as adults what it's about, because we're not going to sit up here and tell you, oh yeah, then he ate the candy cane and everybody said, whoa. No, we're going to tell you what that candy cane represented and why he ate that motherfucker.
Some real ass shit.
We're
Right. Grown ass motherfucker.
The real, the non-book yet still somehow non-fiction version. Here we go.
Disney in real life.
Yeah,
Disney in real life.
All right, so I never saw Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, so that's what we want to touch on today. Man.
We're gonna start there
today, because it's some of this stuff is too heavy, and this is one in particular that it's a lot, and we don't want to like overload your brain.
Okay.
So we're gonna just do this one movie.
Tell me what it's about.
Yeah, whenever we do this, it's probably gonna just have to be one thing. If we have time, maybe two, but probably gonna be
just one. Yeah. Okay.
So
you want to start?
Well, yeah. It starts off with the story of how the Beast is a beast.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay.
And essentially, there's this little nigga, right? He's probably a teenager, who knows? But they say he's a prince. So, there's some line of royalty there.
There's a beast and a prince.
There's no beast. It's just a prince.
Just a prince.
Okay.
Just a prince.
See, I'm all started.
There's just a prince. And he's probably doing prince shit, whatever that is. Like, I don't know what princes do, because I'm clearly not one.
But he's an asshole.
Because he's a little boy.
Right, he's a little boy,
but
he's also
privileged boy. Yeah, right? So
he has
just
privilege.
Like, probably thinks girls have cooties and stuff like
that. He's unkind
and
an asshole.
Okay.
And he takes things at face value. Okay. So, what?
Okay, and so one day, the prince, he gets like a knock on the door. And,
wait, how old is this prince? I'm sorry.
So we said he's about like 14,
he's probably a teenager,
15.
like early teens. We're assuming early.
They don't specify.
I'm just trying to create a picture.
They don't specify. So he lives in this
14,
big
15.
grand castle.
As a prince should.
As a prince would, right?
Would, yeah.
So he gets a knock on the door. It's this old lady, this old ugly lady that has this rose.
Okay.
And she's looking for a place to stay. She's like, Mary. Looking for a manger.
Mary and Joseph looking for
somewhere for their baby to be born. She just needs a place to stay.
Yeah, that's all it really is.
Really. She just needs a place to stay.
Like when Cole Mama put him out and he went to Martin's house.
Gotcha.
There we go.
All right now.
All right.
I'm on board.
So she got this rose and she's like, look, in exchange for a place to stay, I'll give you this rose. And he's like, but bitch, no.
That's right. He's like, that's a flower.
I don't need no goddamn rose.
I can go get a million flowers. What the fuck?
Right.
And I guess he gets like kind of a closer, better look at her, and he's like, "Damn, bitch, you sure is ugly."
Right, you really are.
Like he's like,
"You want some color purple shit?"
Like almost, yeah.
So you really can't stay here though.
Yeah, because nah. Even more so now that I've seen your face.
Right. Okay.
Like, I wish you saw. We have to get on that.
He probably had like 100 rooms in that castle.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay. It was a big castle.
But, and I mean, she made a good decision. I don't know how she got to his door, because I'm sure there was like a moat and some surrounding woods and some guards and shit. But somehow she got to the door.
Okay.
And I'm kind of iffy about that anyway. I have my own theory about that.
Okay.
But
okay. Anyway, so he said no.
Okay. He says no. She's like, okay, well, because you said no. Oh no, I think she handed him the rose, right?
Yeah, she did.
She handed him the rose, and she was like, oh, okay. Well, now that you said no, I can like reveal to you who I really am. And she's like this enchanted woman who's actually very beautiful, and she's not ugly at all.
So I went from that to like, damn, bitch, it's fine.
Right. She was pretty fine. She was like, you can't like always just judge a book by its cover. Like, just because it's not beautiful don't mean it ain't worth shit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so now that because she gave him the rose, she's like, so now pretty much you're cursed.
Yeah, because you're a little asshole that won't let me stay here, and you call me ugly, but now you realize I'm the baddest bitch. You want me to be around? I see what you is. You just,
Oh, shit.
You know, all that glitters ain't gold. So she's like, well, then fuck you too. Then nigga, then boom, curse.
So now you'll be a beast.
She said dishonor. Dishonor on
your whole
dishonor
on your rose.
Yeah.
Dishonor on your moat, your castle, your goat, all of that. Dishonor.
So she put the spell on the whole house. Yeah. And on him, he became the beast. And she told him, though, that if you don't find, like, what did she say?
It's like true love. Like, you have to, true real love that is not just physical outer love.
Yeah.
That you could be cool again. But you only got you got a time limit. You only got until your 21st birthday.
And the rose is gonna drop petals.
Yeah.
And once the last petal,
then you're gonna be stuck a beast forever.
Once the last petal is gone, you're stuck a beast forever.
So, little nigga, you have to manage puberty, royalty, white privilege, And the fact that you are a beast and you already have like the idea of like ugly is ugly, so now you feel you're a beast.
Right.
You like they didn't say and the wolf-like creature or they said a fucking beast. So whatever picture you've seen of Beauty and the Beast, that's not accurate.
It's not?
There's no way that's accurate because it's a beast.
Gotcha.
There's emphasis on the word beast, which means it probably looked like an it more so than a that.
Yeah.
So he looked like an it. He looked like what the fuck the boogeyman probably looks like.
No, I got you.
So, having to be this beast and having this issue already with the idea of what beauty is because you've only been exposed to such elegance and decadence and royal things. So when you see something that's ugly, you know that it's ugly. And seeing yourself as the ugliest thing you've ever seen and
Holy shit.
So and
being a teenager,
and so you're going through the hormones and puberty and now the bad bitches ain't going to do with you now. So now you're insecure.
And now you're like, man, fuck it. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna ever be not a beast because how am I gonna? Because I can't see beauty in myself.
Then how can someone else see the beauty in me?
Right. That's so deep.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
So
this nigga had no hope. He's like, I'm gonna be the beast forever. He decided on day one.
He don't find love. He'll be the beast forever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it has to be like true love to a kid. Like, man, I think I love this bitch. Like, it has to really be like from my heart to yours.
To heart.
Like,
That's the foundation. So that's the foundation of the story.
Yes, okay. That's how. Just so you know, that's how the beast became the beast.
Okay. That's how it started.
I thought it was just a beast for. Okay, never mind. Anyway, all
right.
I didn't know it was a human being. Okay.
So then
I didn't.
So there's another character. Her name is Belle.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the main.
I've heard of her.
She's like the main character.
She's a bookworm bitch.
She's a bookworm. She
like a librarian.
She wants
just a bookworm.
She wants to be much more than all these other women want to be. Like, she doesn't just want to be someone's wife. She doesn't just want to be.
Days, back in those days. Now they're from one of those small. They're from a really quaint, was they probably say, really small village where you gonna know everybody.
A village in France.
Yeah, you gonna know everybody, and they probably make bread every day. English muffins.
So she doesn't want to live that life. Like, she's like, every day it's the same shit going on here all the time. Like, I see the same people do the same shit.
The blacksmith is out here blacksmithing.
The baker's out here baking bread.
Yeah, every day.
It's all like very like I can
And then you hear the stories, I'm sure, of people that left and traveled and came back, or just left. And she reads the books. The history books and stuff. She knows.
She reads about the world. She wants to go experience the world.
Yeah, and what's her favorite book?
I don't know the name of it, but it's like about like being saved by a prince, you know, that kind of thing.
And just
it's like taking you out of this and taking you into something else, right?
So it's not like she's just like a prude, all the way. Like,
and the other reason why she has these kind of like ideas about what the world is and could be is because her dad is an inventor
as well. Yeah,
so he be trying to create shit. People think that he's kind of crazy, and so they think that she's weird because she wants to read the books and she wants to be different than all the other girls want to be. All the other bitches just want to. They want to
fuck on like the one nigga in town that's like that, just looks like he has a future. Like, honestly, in the movie, I don't really see a lot of single dudes except for just like the main character and his little homie.
Gaston.
Yeah.
And his homie.
In France. Okay.
So, Gaston. Yeah. Gaston.
So, and he's this like big built, like JJ Watt looking ass, pretty boy Roman Reigns type of looking nigga. And like, he knows that he's the shit, and he knows that ain't nobody else that the guy shit.
And he knows that all the bitches are falling for him. Like,
literally.
Any bitch that he wants, he could have.
You gotta recall, it is a Disney movie, so the bitches are literally falling.
They're falling. But Belle, she's not on that shit. So she's like, I'm not concerned with this nigga.
No, she's not.
And because she's not concerned with him, of course that she's the one that he wants. Or he's the one.
He wants something he can't have.
Right.
I got you.
Right.
And she like, based on like, they're trying to dress all nice and fancy, and she dresses like what the equivalent of today would be like the sweatpants, the hair tie with no, that's essentially the version of what. So he sees her, and he still sees the beauty in her, which makes it more deep because he still sees her beauty when she's not trying to be beautiful.
Gotcha. So I don't think that he sees her being beautiful.
He does.
I feel like he just wants something that he just.
That's true.
Because she doesn't want him, he wants her. That's the only reason. But he still does see the beauty because he's not going to no ugly bitch. He's very conceited. He's like, no,
he's narcissistic.
All these bitches will want me.
So he's like a narcissistic, metrosexual, deep ass individual. He's probably like Chris Brown.
But he's actually, but he's creepy though.
Well,
at the same time,
if you look at it in an adult's point of view, because he's be trying to corner her like, yeah, bitch, what's good? Like, with the whole lean on the wall and put his arm so she can't go.
And she's like, but she's like, I'm really not feeling this.
And she looks really uncomfortable when he does it.
so uncomfortable.
And he's like, don't be scared, baby, I'm here. And
she's like, dog, I don't want that.
Yeah. And then, like, the little homie always be there like, you want his dick. Like, like the little homie just...
Wait, who?
Just his little homie, yeah.
Okay.
It's one little... He has one little homie.
Yeah, but it's just one little... And he's really like a little nigga, too. Like,
he's like...
He got borderline dwarfism. I don't know. He's like Tiny Tim.
Okay.
And so, it just be so blah, blah, blah with the little homie. And he's kind of the backup to the Gaston, the big homie. He's just like, yes, Beth, come be on my balls.
Gaston is Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I forgot.
So he's like, come be on my balls and we'll go everywhere and travel the land and you'll be my wife and we'll have like 7 kids. And that's what we do, right? Because, that's how it is. I'm the hunter, you're the, my little nigga's the gatherer and you're the child rearer because this is the culture we live in because this is the time frame that we live in.
So I'm sure you're like, how do these paths cross though? Like the Beast and like Belle. So, like we said, Belle's dad is an inventor. So he invents like this ultimate wood.
He is fuck ass machine that just chops wood. Let me not discredit it. He basically invented what was the equivalent of the cotton gin.
Okay.
So it's really a really cool ass.
So you put your log, it cuts it for you, and then it throws the log over to your stack. So you don't even got to do any of the labor.
All right.
So he finally perfected it though, because he had been having some trouble figuring it out.
Work at the Kings.
Yeah. So he was like, "Oh my God, I finally got it." And he's like, now I gotta go sell it. Like, we gotta show this off to the world so we can make money, because this is how we're gonna come up. And so the dad's like, okay, Bill, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go into town, or I'm gonna go wherever he was going to go show off this machine. And so he gets his little horse and carriage, drives out into town to go and sell his machine. And then on the way there, he gets a little lost. He got his map. It's starting to get dark. He's like, oh, what the fuck is going on? I think I made a wrong turn somewhere. And so, okay, that's what happened. Something happened. He like ran over something. His tire popped off. No, she was back home. Her name was Belle.
Belle's reading a book.
Oh, Bella.
Belle's back at home. Dealing with Gaston and his bullshit.
I'm gonna say Bella. Okay.
Dealing with Gaston and his bullshit. Bella's back at home.
Twilight.
And there you go, Twilight. And so his wheel falls off. His horse runs away because it gets scared in the darkness.
And there's wolves and shit.
So he's not driving the car.
No, this is back in the day.
This is like 1463 or something.
But I'm like, okay.
I said he's on a horse and carriage.
Okay, yeah, horse and carriage.
Right. And he's tugging along.
No, I get it though, because if he's an inventor, why is his carriage breaking apart? I don't know either. It's Disney.
If he ran over something and the wheel came.
Yeah, if that's all it took. To run over one of the logs that was cut by your own invention. Whatever.
Anyway, so now he didn't fell off the horse. The horse then ran back into town.
Oh, shit.
And now the wolves is out because it's nighttime.
Oh,
they start chasing this man.
Oh, shit.
They're chasing him.
It's really intense when you're like 7 years old.
He's running.
Watching Belle's dad.
He's running. He's scared. He sees this big gate. Runs inside the gate. Loses his little hat. Mm-hmm. And he goes knocking on the door like, oh my God, please save me. The wolves are after me.
Okay.
And he's hearing voices and they're like, I don't think you want to be here. This is probably not where you want to be.
Wait.
He gets inside.
No
one answers the door. Yeah. He comes inside.
The door was just open?
He just opens up the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he's inside, he's like, hello, I don't want to say white people, but yeah. It's just like, is anybody here?
Yeah.
Hello? Being hella loud and just be like brother man. Just make sure you're good. Like make sure if you gotta leave, just make sure you can at least get some food or something.
Make a sandwich.
That's all a huge echoey castle though.
Yeah.
Nah.
So he could have stayed there for weeks without nobody knowing.
Right? He's just making quiet. All this damn noise though.
Hello?
Anyone there?
Someone.
I lost my horse.
Anyone? And it tells your whole situation too. I'm stranded. And
it's cold outside.
Yeah. Can I please stay a night, just one night? Like,
yes. Right.
They gotta been hiding that bitch. Like I live here now.
So he comes. Address. Well, he comes in grabbing he grabs his candelabra and he hears a voice and he's like, "What is that? Where is it coming from?" And come to find out, the candelabra is animated.
It's like, boo, nigga. Like, you know, it's just...
It's enchanted, the candelabra.
That's what we're calling it now?
Oh, because the house is cursed, too.
Yeah. So everything
So
in the house turns out to be enchanted.
So everything is something.
So there's an enchant... The clock and the candelabra are like homies.
I've seen those before.
Yeah, them two, they're homies. The clock is like, I need you to leave now.
Yeah, like, you gotta go.
He's talking to the daddy.
He's talking to the dad. I need you to go now.
Like
right
just
now.
more than likely you don't want to be here.
Yeah, this isn't the place for you. You don't belong here. Get
So
the fuck
he's arguing. So, but initially he was
like,
asking if he could stay and whoever, and so now he's like, well, shit, man, who's in charge? Like, I'm trying to be here. Y'all telling me I should go.
But then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, whatever. It looks like he's gonna stay. Yeah. So they started being hospitable to him. So all these other things that are enchanted in the house,
we have a guest, you know.
They start to be
someone new to talk to.
Yeah, they start to be accommodating because they're that's what they're used to doing, being accommodated.
Well, the house got cursed. Everybody in there got cursed.
Yeah, so they all had to become something.
So they're all something. So there's a teapot, there's a stool, the dog is a stool.
Yeah, like
the stove is a something. Like every single thing in there is something. And they all have voices.
Like a cool story.
They all have voices. They all talk, and they're all trying to be accommodating now. It's like, oh, you're cold. Let me get you a blanket. Oh, you're
and the blanket is a thing.
Right. Let me get you some tea.
They be walking and stuff.
Well, yeah, they kind of hop, you know. When you're a thing, you kind of hop, I guess. So then, like, the moment that people are waiting for, like, the beast appears because you're just like, what's all this ruckus going on in my castle? And he just kind of comes down and he's like, get out! Like, he's yelling and shit, like, you're not welcome! And he's, like, looking like a beast because he is a beast.
Everybody's scared. So all the objects are scared.
Yeah, they're like, oh, shit. Yeah. Like, because he don't really be fucking with us like that.
When he was a prince, did he live there by himself or with his parents?
That's the question she had, because they don't mention that. See, my theory, because I have lots of theories about this.
Oh, yes, this is a great theory.
My theory was that whatever the fuck cruise that Anna and Elsa's parents went on, that trip that they were meeting somewhere, it was like the meeting of the kings and queens or whatever, and that's how they lost their parents. His parents were on that same boat, and it was like the 1400 Titanic or something.
Oh, interesting.
And they just like all those.
I saw that. Okay.
So we just decided.
Yeah, we just made that up to be truth for this story. Okay. Is that like
his parents died?
Yeah, his parents died with Anna and Elsa's parents.
Okay.
On the boat. So that explains that.
So the beast then came. He's like, "Get the fuck out of my house." Dude is like, but I'm lost and I have no way back home and I'm not finna leave. So the beast was, the dad is like, but you're like a beast. Like, what the fuck is going on?
How come they got to be a teacup and you got to be
he's like, he's scared because he's like, you're a beast.
Like, are you gonna
he's like, oh, okay. So now that you have a problem with the fact that I'm a beast, you're gonna be my prisoner now. Yeah. So he decided.
He like literally tells him that you're gonna be my prisoner now.
So he locks him up. He locks him up in his little.
Where's his invention thing? It's just out there.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
It went back with the horse.
Leave that with the wolves.
It was attached to the horse. The horse ran back. Shit. So the horse ended up running back to the village. He ran back home.
Okay.
And now Belle's like, well, where the fuck is my dad? Because the horse is here. It's all frantic.
It's just freaking the fuck out. The invention's here. My daddy ain't here.
So she's like, all right, well, take me to my dad, right? So she gets on the horse. They go to the gates of the castle. She sees her dad's hat, and she's like, well, what the fuck is this place? And where's my dad? So, she follows suit because she is her father's daughter. So you have to walk in and say the same shit. Hello? Is anyone here? Again, I don't want to say white, but they're in France, so I mean they literally are French.
Gotcha.
So
anyway,
okay.
I like toast. I like French toast. Anyway, yeah.
And so she hears kind of the same little chatter going on. And the candelabra and the clock are like, oh my gosh, someone else. Like, who is this girl? What is going on here?
We've been cool all these years.
And then the candelabra, though, he's like, wait, she's the girl. Like, she's the one that could save us. She could get us to be back people.
Okay.
Like,
she's their savior.
And the clock is like, dog, no, I'm not, no.
We're not going here
She
again.
needs to get the fuck out.
But the clock is a scary ass nigga anyway. Like, if you see it, he's like the piglet.
Okay.
Like, oh, jeez, I don't know
if we should be doing cowardly lion.
So, yeah, there you go.
So the candelabra is trying to be slick and lead her without, like, he's making sounds like, go this way. Like, he's like, scatters away so she knows to walk in that direction.
Because, again, I don't want to say white, but she's just following sounds.
So he's scattering this way. And then he scatters this way. Here she goes. Scatter this way. Then he goes, they go, like, into this little door. And she's like, oh, okay, I heard it over there. So she goes into the door and leads her up to the little tower where her dad is in prison and where the beast resides as well.
Oh, shit.
And she sees her dad and she's like, oh my God, Dad, what's going on? Like, why are you here? And he's like, you need to leave. Like, I'm a prisoner. You gotta go. Yeah. Like, there's this crazy man that has me captured. She's like, I'm not leaving. Not without you. And so...
Of course that.
Right. I'm like, well, shit, if you say so. I mean, he was old anyway. He had gray hair. Anyway.
And so, so now that she's here and making a ruckus, here come the Beast. And he's like, the fuck are you doing here? Like, and she's like, this is my father. Let him go.
He went full out DJ Khaled, like another one.
Yeah, let my father go. Yeah, and he was like, bitch, I'm not letting him go. Like,
who do you think you are?
Right. And so she was like, look, I'll do anything. And he was like, you'll do anything. She was like, she was like, look, look, take me instead of him. Let him go and take me. And he was like, what? She's like, I will stay and he could go. And he was like, if that's what you want to do. Her dad was like, nah, don't do that. I'm an old man already. I done lived my life. You go live your life. Right. And then he was like, nope. All right. She said she was going to stay. So fuck it. She's going to stay. So you could go. And so he pretty much, like, literally takes him, throws him into his enchanted little thing, and that thing walks away with him inside. He can't get out, back to the city. And now she's his prisoner. Yeah. And I think the candelabra was like, hey, but look, think about it. She might be the one to, like, break the spell for you.
I'm holding that hope, too, man. If
the candelabra told the Beast that?
Yeah. And he's like, man, but he kind of got this glimmer, like, maybe, but, like, nah, fuck that.
Like she seemed cool.
He said, idea. He was like, look, but if you're going to stay, you have to stay forever. That's what he told her.
Ah, shit.
That is what
so she actually gave her life away to this
Like,
Beast.
Literally. She was
for
like...
her father's life.
For her old-ass dad.
Who might not even have that
He was coughing and shit.
Right.
He was like, I'm an old man, just you go. Like, she was like, died right there.
You're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened. And
wow.
So now he's like
you know how those stories typically go. Like, we can shorten this down. Like, you know, they just kind of start he'd be checking on her to make sure he's still alive.
But the candelabra's trying to make him be nice to her. That's one of the things.
It's true.
He's trying to like be like, dog.
Like,
don't be so mean to her.
Just because, again, back to what the lady told him, how he became a beast. Just because you do feel like you look ugly on the outside doesn't mean you're truly ugly on the inside. Like, you don't mean the stuff that you're saying. You don't really feel that way. Right. Like, do what you feel.
Right.
And you know that you're a good person on the inside. So he started to be more cool. You know, it's just little by little, you know, like, hey, bitch.
Hey, but the candelabra, he was
clutch.
He was looking out for himself, though.
Absolutely, I would have been in the same position.
He's like, look, dog, if we can get this together, we can all be bad people. Like, we don't have to be enchanted.
He's a candelabra. He looked like a cactus. He got to keep his arms up like this forever.
That's fucking terrible.
He really did.
Not only that, but because the Beast would have a lifespan, you're a fucking candle. Like, and his little like wick was always lit. His wax was never dripping. He was just stuck perpetually, like, in purgatory, like candle.
Yeah.
Just forever. So I'm out that life too. I'm like, look, either somebody dump me in some water.
I can't.
Yeah, exactly. So either dump me in water or let's get something going, okay? You know? So I'm with you, our candelabra. Like, let's get the Beast some pussy right quick.
Dump me in water.
So, you know, they coached up the Beast, and you know they had that. Yeah, and he started to get it. They even cleaned him at one point, right? And then, they got him looking kind of nice, and that's when he had that whole ass like blue looking like the British are coming.
He had like a nice
shit
suit
on, you know.
Right.
They had that whole dance. What was the song in that dance?
I don't know, but Gaston is also a factor that we didn't. We forgot about.
Well, that's because Dad got back to Dad got back to the town, and he was like, "Yo, people." Do you know about this big ass castle in the woods and shit? My daughter's in that motherfucker, and there's a crazy looking creature in there that's keeping her captive forever. So now he done riled up the whole town, and of course Chris Brown's like...
Nah, the town was like, he's tripping. There's a beast.
Well, yeah, initially...
They were like, fuck him, we don't know what he's talking about.
Initially, the town in general was... Because they don't really think too much of him anyway.
Right.
But he's riled them up, not so much as like, oh my god, there's a beast, but more so... Why is this nigga crazy? Like, you know, like, it was like more so... Fuck what? But first, Initially, they tolerated his existence. Just do your little crazy weird shit over there. Now they're like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then, like, I would have to imagine some days go by and Gaston is like, I really ain't seen Belle. Like, you know, I really have... Something really did happen. What are you gonna say?
No, the day when he went into there, he said when they went into he went into the little bar, Gaston was in there, and he was like, "There's this beast." Nobody believed him, and then he was like, "But my daughter, though." And Gaston was like, "Oh wait, your daughter?"
He was in there. They was all drinking.
Yeah, he was like, "Your daughter." Oh,
but
okay,
I still believe that they montaged the shit out of that, even though it was like one smooth segment with no cutscene. I feel like some time had gone by
before he was like.
Before he actually, I feel like time had gone by before he even went to the town and told anybody. I know that's not how they portrayed in the movie.
Well, I'm sure that's true. It took him a while to get to where he was at. It took him a while to get back.
Because I feel, not only that, but I feel like he also probably tried to go back.
He immediately was trying to go get his daughter back.
I feel like when he even got to the town, he was trying to go back to the castle and couldn't figure out how to get back because it was an accident. And so then he came back like, fuck it, I got to get some help. And then that's when all that shit happened. So it became a blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go save your daughter and she going to marry me. Matter of fact, this nigga had already done got the wedding set up.
What?
She never agreed. She never, ever agreed to ever fuck with him, period. But he's like, I'm about to make this bitch my bride. And he was singing and shit, So he's like, I got to go save her.
Oh, they're singing it here?
Oh, yeah.
There's
a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Okay, they're singing. Yeah, there's some singing.
But there was really drinking and partying. And there was wenches and shit. Like, there was, like, bitches at the bar. Like, Thots. There was Thots in Beauty and the Beast. People, there were Thots in Beauty and the Beast and alcohol. Go back and check that shit. And there was, like, street harassment. All the shit that people be talking about now, except for black people. There just wasn't no black people in there.
Okay.
But all the other shit, that was all in there. There was, like, I think the little homie was gay. I think Gaston's little homie wanted Gaston.
That's when
they had like the torches and shit, right? And
yeah, they came beating.
They were trying to knock the door and like ram it, and then all the objects were like, oh shit,
it's war.
So they tried to like hold him back, and then they were like, it was a war. There was murder.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like
people died.
Like, murder? Yeah, the dresser jumped on somebody, and it like then you never saw that dude again in the movie.
Because Gaston brought the whole town in the goons. Yeah. They had like light. They had like
posse, the torches.
Torches. They were not playing.
Yeah, they were trying about Belle though.
They were gonna kill this beast. Belle. They were gonna kill this beast, and they were gonna rescue the girl.
Yeah,
was their intention.
And
I didn't know any of that.
Wasn't there like a moment where they got to them, and it didn't. Gaston actually got a good hit on the beast at one point.
Oh, they was fighting.
Oh, it got to a point where they were fighting.
What?
But before, like Belle was trying to save the beast because they had their little special dance. That's the damn teapot was singing that the whole song as old as time thing. Like that's the Beauty and the Beast song when he had the blue suit on.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was before people came though.
Yeah.
So, but like, I was just trying to remember what the song was, the whole thing, and she had vocals. That little teapot had good acoustics in her little pot.
Oh my
God. Anyway, she was like, "No, leave the beast alone. Can't you see?"
She started falling for him.
Yeah.
Who, Bella?
Yeah.
Bella started falling for him.
She's forever Bella.
Like, first, she was real hardened because, like, nigga, you just made me stay forever. Like, and you just have my dad as a prisoner.
Like, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, fuck you. And she was like, and nigga, you're not even nice, so fuck you as well. So over time, he started to kind of soften a little bit.
Goddamn, how long was she there for?
She was there for a while.
I would imagine it was like they kind of montaged it, but if I had to say, I would say she was there for at least like half a year.
He had a bunch of petals on his rose thing,
initially,
and then the petals started falling.
Yeah, and she was still there.
Time was going. Petals was falling. It was like almost one petal left, and he still had it. He didn't have.
Was it like a petal a year?
No.
We don't know how long.
Well, I know it wasn't because he had to have been a teenager, and she said until your 21st birthday. So I would imagine the petal was falling off probably every month, and there's probably like 8 petals that fell off.
But then they started falling rapidly.
They did because it got getting close to him being 21, I guess.
Okay.
So it just became a thing of where
she
was there for so long that her and other little inanimate objects would like hide out in different places to be like, man, I can't. It just talk shit about the beast sometimes.
They was homies.
Yeah, she'd be like,
the dresser was like her homie.
She'd be like, look, bench, like get it, look, bench, look, bench. I don't know how much longer I can. We gonna have to like get out of here. Mama take you with me. And who else gonna come with us? And they sit there plotting, and the beast come walking. Shh, get quiet. Like he get quiet. Like, it got to that point. That's how long she was there.
Right. She was cool with that.
So
he fell for her. She fell for him.
Right.
Yeah, they
so
had
then when they came to try to kill the beast, she was trying to protect him.
They were essentially dating at that point.
Right.
But nobody had said the L word yet.
Okay.
So it wasn't until like they were about to really like get out the way, Bill. We about to really ride on this nigga. She was just like, I love him.
Right.
And then it was like he was like, my heart. Like, you know, like
Right.
did you just say you love me?
Like somebody actually
Because I felt that way about you, but I couldn't say it first because I didn't want you to say, get away from me, you nasty beast. And you're in the friend zone.
Right.
So the fact that he realized that they could reciprocate the feelings, you know, it started to like touch him in a way. But Gaston's whole ass still gotta be fighting and shit. So he like stabs them and they're fighting on the roof and shit. And it's raining outside and he's just like, wasn't he like hanging off the roof and he asked for help or what? And then like, he was trying to help, and the beast actually tried to help him,
right.
But he still was
Chris
trying
Brown
to.
was hanging off the roof.
Yeah, because how you gonna attack a beast? I know that he's a strong dude and he eats like
Gaston is hanging off.
Gaston is hanging.
I know. She said
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
That's Chris Brown.
I'm trying to relate it to real life.
My bad.
I said,
if you didn't know.
No, I did. I messed up.
You
My
lost
bad.
track of where we're going with this.
Go ahead.
Help me understand. Okay.
And it's on the last pedal. Then it's like the pedal's finna fall.
And so, you know, they have their Disney moment where Gaston ends up getting defeated because he's just a dumbass. He could have at least spared his life. But he died.
Chris Brown died?
Oh, there's no way he lived.
Oh, shit.
There's no way he lived. He was hanging off the top of the castle, and it was raining, and like beast lives matter.
That last pedal fell though, and then they had that kiss, and it was like, nigga, I'm stuck like this.
Yeah, because it seemed like
after the pedal fell.
It was like the pedal fell, and it was like they kissed and nothing happened.
And he was just like, damn,
nothing happened.
Maybe she lied or something, you know.
So he stayed a beast forever?
No, there was a moment, right?
Yeah.
And then it just was like, I'm just fucking with you, dog. And it just undid.
It should start, yeah. So then you got to see everybody turn back into what they were originally.
And so you can see what they look like
all the servants and everybody.
So she was just fucking. The pedals didn't mean shit.
No, I think they did.
I think it was just like there was a
delay.
Like it was like it failed, but there was like some time that had to.
There was a TV delay.
Yeah. Okay. Some time had to pass.
I think you probably had it until the next day because you'd be 21 in a day.
Before the
so that'd be like you had to be 23 hours and 59 minutes of being 21.
You.
That was the time frame.
I got
so like you know you needed that. So once he got that, and I liked how like the candelabra and the feather duster was always like running off fucking.
They was they were.
They was fucking.
Well, I mean, it was.
They was behind the curtains. Yeah. They was giggling and all kinds of
stuff. She was like, stop, you know?
The candle and the what?
And like the feather duster. Yeah.
The duster.
They was fucking.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, when they actually turned back into humans. And they ran off somewhere.
I think they were like husband and wife or something.
Yeah, maybe so.
Or they were together.
They turned back into humans while they was fucking.
No,
really.
Now this is Disney, okay?
Well, hey, they was fucking.
Disney IRL.
They was fucking.
In real life, maybe that's what happened. They was fucking and they turned back into people.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty much Beauty and the Beast. It's like, you know.
So he turned back human.
Yeah, and then they lived happily ever after because that's
what she say when she saw her. Ooh.
Now you're like, I want to see.
What she said?
You gotta watch.
Honestly, she was so enamored by his inner beauty. She didn't. Again, like if she fell in love with something that looked like what he looked like,
all right, okay.
She wasn't really tripping that it was.
I feel it.
He was a changed man.
I bet.
She like literally. His life around.
So he was like a beast for like.
At least half a decade, more
for a while,
more so. I would have to imagine 5 or 6 years at least.
Yeah, okay.
But it make it seem like he was a beast for 100 years. But I'm like, nobody lives that long.
Yeah, gotcha.
He was a regular ass person that got turned into something that, and everything kind of. He wasn't stuck at a particular age. He had a time limit.
So, he turned back into a human. Did he look the same as when he was a teenager, or did he look?
Well, he was 21 now.
So we seen him when we first seen him. The book actually started like it was a storybook. Okay. So we seen him like as a drone.
It was like a silhouette or something. Really, you know, it wasn't actually. So there's no way to gauge.
So they didn't show his face when that old woman came to the.
They did. It was a drawing of him though. So it wasn't like him animated. It
like
was
Jacob Lawrence or something.
This is the story that we're finna tell. Once upon a time.
I got you.
Yeah, that's how.
So we can't tell, but we do know that he turned out to be attractive on the inside, and that showed on his outside.
Okay. So that's beautiful.
That's Beauty and the Beast.
That's a love story right there.
If you would like to hear our theories on other aspects of Beauty and the Beast or Disney in general, and you have anything to offer, you can feel free to hit us up on our Gmail at thecomeasyouarepodcast@gmail.com. Or
if you have any movies the other Disney movies that.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That we
or
can...
Pixar. We're not it's Disney, Pixar, whatever. Like Disney or Pixar or Disney Pixar.
Oh my god!
Just hit us, okay?
Or because I haven't seen a lot of these movies, like Peter Pan, or I just know he flies. That's all I know.
Yeah. See, we're gonna get into a lot more of this as we progress here.
Or Cinderella. I've never seen Cinderella.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get into a lot of things as we progress here because I have a whole thing. Yeah,
is she the sleeping bitch?
That's Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, that makes sense.
Cinderella was a shoe, but anyway.
Cinderella was a shoe.
Yeah, one of her red bottoms fell on the stairs. And
and
for some reason she left it there.
No, I know the story. Yeah. I know the. Never mind. I just never saw it. Anyway.
But anyway, we digress. You know, we're gonna try to do a couple of those every now and again. Throw that in there.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah. So we have to leave off on a high note here. You know. And that's gonna be it. Beauty and the Beast. As Drake would say, I better find your love.
Just hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna go home now. We're gonna go kick it and do middle-aged white people things. We're gonna go to Michael's and Joann's.
Yeah, no, we're not.
In the morning, we're gonna go to Lowe's or Ace, and we're gonna build a gazebo or something. I don't know.
DIY, yo.
So,
I'm into it.
Signing off, you can follow us on Twitter at TCAYAP.
The Come As You Are podcast.
That's what that means. And you can find us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/thecomeasyouarepodcast. You can find us where else? Facebook. Facebook.com/TCAYAP.
Yeah.
And where else are we?
We on YouTube.
Do your Googles. Just Google Google us. #TCAYAP anywhere on any social media thing, and we probably will pop up at some point. Look for that. Look for us. You can find me on Twitter at IrvEasy. And you can find Talia on Twitter at where? TM Clue?
TM Clue. That's where I'm at.
You can find me on Twitter, Madam McHoodie.
So check us out. We'll check you out.
Rate us on iTunes. Yeah.
We still
fuck up some comments.
We still have
comments here. Fuck up some comments.
Okay.
I like saying it.
We get this out.
And I mean it too. Yeah. I really want you to fuck up some comments.
That's what I'm saying. We still have our comment contest is open.
Right.
But we decided to extend it to closer to the end of the year so we can have a Christmas gift for you guys. Whoever wins it, I shouldn't say you guys, there will be one winner unless there's an odd ass tie. In which I'm sure we'll just have a tiebreaker. Right. But we need your comments in order to do that.
Have any advice? Any critiques?
Any critiques, criticisms, love?
Questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, questions. Hey, we got to answer the questions.
We would love to have a Q&A segment, but we need some questions first. I am petty. I will lie. I'll create questions and names.
Anonymous.
Yeah, this is from Anonymous.
Anonymous J.
You know? But we would prefer to have legitimate questions.
Yeah, we want to interact with you guys.
So just holler at us and we holler back. Unlike Gwen Stefani, we are holler back girls. Pause. So anyway, that's our show for this week. Signing out, signing off, and we hope to hear from you guys.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace out.
Bye.
So anyway, what? You got something you can say? Are you gonna be cool now? You did a sound.
Yeah, I'm not in this.
You did a mouth sound.
I heard her say your mama.
I literally said your mama.
Like
trying to instigate with the shit. Like
you can't be like hypothetically your mama. Like that's not how that works. Like you can't do that. You can't. Why do you think that's a thing you can do?
How do you know I was talking about your mother? You said yo what? I said yo mama.
Yeah, and I'm the one that asked
It's a phrase. Shut the hell up.
That ain't a phrase. That's a put down. That's what it is.
Did I say anything? Did I say like your mama? Did I finish a sentence?
You said what if it is your mama?
That's true. What if it was your mama?
Well, I know it wasn't my mama before it was your mama. I know that much.
Okay, go ahead.
If it was my mama, your mama led the way.
Oh, see now you're actually being disrespectful. Okay, I just said yo mama.